5 things you need to know about leadership and management myths. If you browse the web for leadership and management, you will be bombarded with numerous books and articles on the subject. To confuse matters further, leadership and management can be subdivided in many different ways into topics such as delegation, motivation, team building, managing performance, coaching, and so on. While these articles might be useful in helping us understand what can be a complex subject, at a basic level, leadership and management are made up of a handful of simple principles and behaviours. Common sense. When you boil it down, effective leadership and management are just a matter of common sense. So why do so many people feel the need to turn leadership and management into a science when it's only common sense? Common practice. Perhaps it's because there are a few problems with common sense. First, it seems that there isn't enough of it to go around. Second, one person's version of common sense may be different to another's. Third, and the most challenging, is that common sense does not mean common practice. There are many people who, if you ask them, will readily spout leadership and management theory in a very convincing manner. But if you ask the people who work for them or with them, you will often find that in reality their leadership and management practices are much less impressive. Leaders are born, not made. Asked to describe what makes an effective leader, many people refer to the great leaders on the world stage, such as heads of state, military heroes, business leaders and managers in sport, describing them in words such as charismatic, visionary, dedicated and great communicators. While these descriptions are undoubtedly merited in many cases, they do not adequately define what leadership is about. We need to look more closely at what these leaders actually do, not just what they are. For example, what do they do to be great communicators, and how can we translate this into how we behave in our own life and work? The day job. Some managers say, I'll do all that leadership stuff once I've done the day job. The truth, of course, is that all that leadership stuff is the day job. Too many managers take the easy way out when it comes to leadership, slipping back into their comfort zone of doing things right rather than doing the right things. Analyze it any way you like, it inevitably comes back to getting results through people. Nothing else works in the longer term. People will take you for a ride. Some managers live in a dark world of believing that if you trust people, they'll take you for a ride. There's always a risk, but the vast majority of people at work want to do a good job, want to be part of something successful, and are quite willing to go the extra mile if you treat them as valued individuals. Effective leaders and managers create a climate of trust and respect that brings out the best in people. Anyone who might seek to take unfair advantage of this will soon stick out like a sore thumb. In summary, at its most basic, effective leadership and management is nothing more than common sense. Unfortunately, common sense does not necessarily mean common practice. It's not so much about what leaders are, but about what they do. While some people might have the advantage of natural leadership ability, we can all learn to be effective leaders. Leadership is the day job, not just an add-on. The majority of people at work will give you their best if you create a climate of trust and respect, and this is what effective leadership and management is really all about.